Hello everybody, good morning, welcome to my channel. I'm Righetti, natural landscape photographer. So today I want to bring you with me for the third attempt that I want to try to make for photographing a waterfall in a nearby area. This is a forest that actually stays nearby where I live, so it's wonderful, and most of all as it has rained a lot for the past week or week and a half, so everything is completely damp, the rivers are completely full, so it's really cool because finally in this waterfall I can get some water, because usually during the summer period there's very little water there and it is not good enough for our images. So let's see if we can have some luck today, but I think so. So stop talking, let's move on. In the meanwhile, I think it really deserves this place, so we'll show you a little bit in the nearby with some glimpse shots that I will take. See you later. Bye. The level of water honestly is a little bit higher than expected. I hope to have a little bit of luck, but maybe this is too much. And well, I just have to pass around this wall, try that everything doesn't come down, and see you on the other part. So I managed to pass through. Now so let's move on in the spot where I intend to go, and hopefully we will not find any other problem with the river here. But honestly the level is pretty high. Didn't expect such. I mean, I expected, but didn't hope so much. See you directly there, and I will continue to show you around because it really deserved today. All is wet, damp, and it's really good, especially for photography. Bye guys. Sorry to interrupt, but I came across interesting things. So I don't know if you can see, I try to focus on this footprint here. So I hope you got the footprint from the video. It's very difficult to focus there, but I just missed them where they start because I think they come from down there. So I think it is definitely a wild boar, and I will explain in a while why. So I think that he just jumped right here, or come probably from down there. I will see if later on I will see in this path upon the wall other tracks. But you see the distance between one and another is about, I would say, 50 centimeters. One thing is very recognizable from the wild boar, but it's not always visible. Most of the time it is, but sometimes not. The toes, his back toes basically left a couple of claw marks in the mud. So if you see, let's say, let me find one where it's very visible. Well, on camera, I don't know, but I will try anyway. So let's try here. You see, you have two claws, which are the main nails, and then here you have a slight incision on the back of this, and there should be another here, but possibly it's not visible because here the ground is a little bit harder, so it's difficult. Here is much softer, so you leave the footprint here. See my finger? Now I don't know how old these footprints are. It's difficult to say. Possibly one of the last nights or a couple of nights, since it rained a lot and it softened a lot the ground here. But you see, the direction, one here, the other there. The other direction was in that way, but it didn't go through all the wall. I think in a certain point it jumped down and come back to the bushes. So if you see, it's really interesting. I love going outside in nature and finding some footprint, because it tells a lot to you about the animal around and how they behave. So if you see a couple of claws really big, let's say 4 or 5 centimeters, with one little claws here and another claws here, most of the times it is certainly a wild boar. Sometimes if you see this slightly behind and the footprint is much smaller, it might be a roe deer, but usually roe deer don't leave this. So yeah, we have a wild boar here. And honestly, I'm not surprised, because sometimes, let me focus again here, very incredibly difficult. Most of the times when I come here to photograph in the early morning, it's very common for me to see them with the mother and the piglets. But this one actually is quite big, wild boar from the footprint. And yeah, I'm seeing now some tracks in the bushes, so I think definitely they jumped down the wall. Maybe they came here just to eat some berries that fall from the trees above. And yeah, let's see if we find some more other tracks. Who knows? Going in nature is always so wonderful and unpredictable, so I love this aspect. Well, let's keep going for our main goal, which is photography to the waterfall, and let's see you around. So here we are again. I'm sorry just to prolong inexorably this photographing session, but it's too interesting. I think I have to make a separate video maybe for that. So I found another footprint much more clear here, and I will show you. This is the clear. There's the mother wild boar with all the piglets around, and I'll show you. So you see, we have these two claws. Here the claws are, it's very difficult to detect the other claws because it's much harder ground, but you see other small little prints around that. Now wild boar usually put their hind legs and half of their front legs, so when they step, their stride actually cross the back leg with the front leg. And you might see that sometimes these footprints are slightly longer, even though the real ones are much smaller, because they push 2 times the front and hind feet on top of it. Now this of course is my footprint. I don't know if you can see, but this is just my foot. And well, there was one, if I will show you, let's see, there's definitely all piglets here. And of course you see a typical example of passing wild boar, which leave all the ground lift up, and you can see here very clear. Yeah. So sorry to digress a little bit, but it's too interesting, and I hope you enjoy. So let's stop talking and go directly there. It's starting also to rain, so I hope the weather we're gonna be fine at least for another half an hour. Let's see. See you. Bye. So here we are, finally, after a long adventure in the forest with footprint and other interesting things I saw. We have arrived in the waterfall. There's a lot of water compared to last time, so I hope to get a nice shot because I think it's too much confused, and I will hope possibly for a more wide angle shot. The main idea was to just grab one particular part of the waterfall itself, like a pattern where the water flows in a particular ways, but due to the fact that it rains a lot and the waterfall is so full, possibly I will try a more wide angle from up there. There's a hill down there, so I will continue to climb a little bit, and I should have the waterfall view from the top, which I think it should work. So let's try the first attempt and see you in a while. So I'm coming back from one spot right there, nearby the tip of this rock, and I honestly found something interesting, some composition that might work. I will show you here. I don't know if you can see, let me just focus. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to get is this waterfall in the background with this branch and then stand on the foreground. So wait, it's a strange composition. I think it might work, and maybe I will try another attempt from there before moving directly on the upper part of this hill and try to get a picture of the waterfall with a different lens and a nice overview of the surrounding landscape. So let's try. Welcome back. I managed to get some nice shots from both sides, from both spots that I tried, and I hope you can hear me because there's a lot of noise here, and I don't know if I can manage to just decrease the noise in video editing. I hope so. So this is the spot from the base, so it's really nice because I get this light, and I think it was really nice shot. And I also took another one with increasing ISO and higher shutter speed, so I get everything still because there's a lot of wind, and making a long exposure with the leaf completely still is almost impossible. So I have to join these two together, this including the waterfall only, and this one including this part of the outer leaves that were moving on the first images. I will show you the second shot, and this is actually a bracketing, so I intend to combine 3 shots together to make a sort of HDR because it was too dark. It was not possible to get one single exposure, everything with the correct light. So this should be roughly the final result. I hope you can see it. It should be really cool. So I hope to get some nice shots that I show you here in the end of this video, of course. So please feel free to comment for any feedback or any suggestion, or if you have any doubt about how to compose images with the bracketing in post-editing, just please comment below and we might discuss this together. So it's time for me to move back and see if I can get another shot, because in the way to come here, I noticed some interesting spot that had actually a nice view from other waterfall that I passed by, and I would like to stop by there and see if I can get something interesting there as well. So thanks to have been with me, and see you later or see you in the next time. Bye.